Hi guys, Jurassic Junkie here. I thought it's about time I did a top 5 video, and with it being 3 days into 2012, I thought it's quite fitting to just do my top 5 games of 2011. So this is exactly what it is. And before I go any further, I just want to explain that this is my top 5, and this is the games that I've played. So for instance, I've got Uncharted 3 downstairs, but I haven't even played it yet. So some games won't be selected for the top games simply because I've not played them or I've not even purchased them yet. But this is the 5 games that I've played, and I think they're the best of 2011. So first of all, number 5. This one is kind of a bit of obvious for a FPS fan like me, but I've got to stick it in there because it's an absolutely awesome game. And at number 5 is Battlefield 3. Now, first of all, I wouldn't normally put a Battlefield game in or a Call of Duty because they're just the generic thing that comes out every year, and it's just obvious. But Battlefield 3 just completely changed it. I think the graphics engine on this just completely changed how first-person shooters work. I'm just used to so much of just covering, shooting, looking for somebody camping and killing them, whereas how you can blow up the environment just completely changes the game. If you join a game and half the building's already blown up, it's going to be a completely different game to somebody else when they join and all the buildings are there. So it's just, every time you play the game, it feels like a different game. So I've got to say, Battlefield, bit obvious one, but it's got to be in there at top 5. Now this one I didn't know where to put it in or what level. I knew it had to be in the top 5, but I'm going to put it at 4. And first of all, that is Dead Island. Now when this first came out, before it came out even, I was excited for it. I was like, this is going to be the best game ever made. Then when I got it, I played it for a bit, and I don't know why, I can remember just thinking this is like a bit meh, it's not exactly what I wanted. But then after playing it a bit more, I just completely fell in love with it. I was like, this is absolutely awesome. I played it all co-op with a friend. I would advise anybody who's going to play it to do it co-op because it just seems more fun, both of you running around kicking zombies than just doing it by yourself. But I just think it's beautiful. A lot of people have moaned about it, but to me, to be left on an island, go around picking up items, sticking them together to make weapons, and just the freedom to go in a car, drive around and just kick zombies' heads in. And the thing is, a lot of zombie games like Left 4 Dead and stuff like that just rely too much on guns, where it's nice to just go old school with a bat and a mallet and just go in there with your hands. So I just really enjoyed that game, and I'm definitely keeping it because I want to give it about 6 months or so and then jump back on and just play it again because it's an absolutely awesome game. Right, so a few people might be saying, ooh, how could you put that at number 3? But I'm going to go with Skyrim. Now, Skyrim is obviously an absolutely awesome game. I've not completed it yet, about 50 hours into it. I'm not going to rush it, I'm just going to go and enjoy this game. Now, the only thing I could say, not bad about the game, but one thing about it is simply, when you buy some games, you get an idea of what you think the game's going to be. And Skyrim is exactly what I thought it was, which is good. So they said you're going to get an epic story, gigantic scenery, and everything what they said they was going to do, they did. But that's the problem. I put it in and I got everything that I expected, and it's nice sometimes to play a game and you go, oh, I didn't expect this kind of game. So that's the only downside to it. That's why I put it at number 3, because it did what it said on the tin and not anything more. But I'm not knocking it whatsoever. Absolutely awesome game. That's why it's in the top 5, and I just can't wait to crack on and see how it all pans out. So at number 2 is a game that I've sold because it was that good. I sold it simply because I didn't expect to keep it in the first place, but it was so good I now need to buy it back and play it again. But as I was just saying, that Skyrim is at number 3 simply because it did exactly what it said on the tin and nothing more. The reason I'm going to have to put this at number 2, which is Deus Ex, is simply because I didn't expect what it was going to do. I didn't know anything of it. I just simply brought a PlayStation 3 and there was an offer on to buy this when it was on release for £20. That's half price for a release game. I was like, yeah, I'll give it a go. Just chucked it in and gave it 10 minutes to see if it was any good. And it just pulled me in so unexpectedly, and then I just couldn't put it down. I can remember for a week solid just playing it, and it was bigger than I could ever expect. I just enjoyed the RPG element, how you could just level up the different things. It was such a surprise Deus Ex was to me that when I first completed it, I put the phone a friend up and simply said, I think it is as good as Mass Effect. Now, obviously, the dust has settled, and now I've got a chance to realise it's not as good as Mass Effect, but it is a damn good game, and like I said, it was a surprise, and that's why I'm putting it at number 2, because it was a joy to chuck it in, not knowing anything, and it just gave me so much. So as I said there, I thought it might have been better than Mass Effect, but once the dust settled, I slightly changed my mind. Now, I could change my mind on this because the dust is in the air at the moment, but I'm going to stick it at number 1 anyway, and that has got to be Saints Row. So when I actually looked at the trailer for this, I actually thought, oh my god, this looks like Grand Theft Auto, but crazy. You get to go around with a load of friends, blow things up, run around with dildos. It just looks like Grand Theft Auto on heat. I'm going to buy it, and that's all I thought into the game and then purchased it. Now, after actually playing it, first of all, the story is a lot better than I could ever expect. It's obviously over the top. The best way to describe this game is it's like playing an 80s action movie. It's just brilliant from start to finish. Now, the dialogue in it is absolutely awesome because I've played so many games, and the odd game or so will make me laugh, but when you say make me laugh, they don't actually make you laugh. You'll sit there and go, and that's about it. But I've never actually laughed out loud before while playing a game until I started playing this. It's absolutely awesome. It doesn't stop all the way through. They're doing something. At one point I was running around as a toilet, so that shows you how crazy this game actually is. And the good thing is that I was disappointed that there's no multiplayer on there, but what they've actually done is they've sacrificed the multiplayer to really work on the co-op. Now, the co-op on this is absolutely beautiful because it doesn't feel like they've just gave you all the missions and just stuck you together. When you're actually playing them, you can feel like they have actually said this is going to be co-op, and you'll be there and you'll be there and you do the covering and stuff. And it's just, they've worked on it, they've done a really great job. It's fun start to finish. I've completed it, started a new character, I'm going to complete it again. And I'm just going to keep playing this because it's so much fun, and it was just a shock to see how bigger this game actually was than I expected it to just be Grand Theft Auto happy slap kind of game. So yeah, at number 1 is going to be Saints Row. So like I said, a few people might go, I can't believe you haven't put Uncharted 3 in there, but I've not played it. There's so many games this year that I've not played, but there's so many that I have. And to me, that is the pick of the top 5 that I've played this year. So if you fancy putting your top 5 games into a list, either just simply do it in the comments below, or if you've actually got the time, make a video and do a video response and tell us exactly what your top 5 games of 2011 was. So thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope I don't get too much hate mail for sticking Skyrim at number 3. Might be a few people, and if anyone has an arrow in the knee joke, don't. Please don't. Cheers, guys. Bye.